Okay, today I am introducing a new project. You should find this file. It's Loan and Investment Project Day 1. And this is going to be after you have done the Basic 20. The Basic 20 hopefully was done before this. If not, then you should go do it after this. It is a Basic 20 version 1. It's just 5 questions and it's a Schoology quiz. And that is something you need to do to get credit for being here today. So anyway, if you haven't already done that, you should do that. This is our Loans and Investment Day description. So we're doing a little project at the end of the year here to help you see how math can apply in your real world life. And so there's a few things that you need to get done for this that are pretty simple, but they involve your future. And so a lot of times kids waste so much time thinking about, well, what do I really want to be? You don't have to decide right this second if that you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or, somebody who's an electrician. You are just going to pick something, a job that you think you might like to have. So we're just going to investigate a job. And if you want to try to get a feeling for what jobs pay, I included this link right here to payscale.com. You want to use that link because otherwise you got to find the right places to click to get into the US and job salaries and that kind of thing. But if you just use the link, it should bring you directly there. And then once you've got the job, let's say that you decide, I am going to be the manager of a restaurant. That's the job I want. Well, then it'll tell you what their salary is. Now, these salaries, to be fair, are probably not starting salaries. They're probably more like average salaries, so I'm fine with that. Just figure out what that job would pay. So if I'm going to be a restaurant manager, and I go look it up, and I see that they make $100,000, then I put that here. What's the cost of training you'll need? Well, actually, to be a restaurant manager, you probably don't need any of these, so it would be 0. If the job had been one that requires a 4-year degree, you might have to figure in about $100,000. And again, that's on the low side. It's an average, but just figure in how much education will you need for this job. Next, what big item might you want to purchase someday? Maybe you'd love to have a boat to go out on Lake Minnetonka, or maybe you want to have a nice car, or maybe just a regular car. Anyway, I can't believe we have boat, vehicle, or car. They're kind of the same thing. Anyway, one of the things you could investigate here is buying a house. That's another possibility. You can look into some big item, all right? And the reason we're doing this is to just see what it would be like to take out a loan to get one of these things, like a boat or a car or a house. And so pick something that you'd like to purchase. So let's say you decide, I want it to be a house. And you look on Zillow or one of those other websites and you figure out that the house that you'd kind of want would be $525,000. Whatever. Pick a house that you want to just try to be somewhat realistic, because if at the end you can't afford it, then you're going to have to go back and pick something else. Okay, so don't pick something. If you have a really low salary, like a teacher, you better not pick something that's too expensive, or you're not going to be able to afford it. So now for this project, you're also going to be required to interview an adult. That could be mom or dad, or it could be somebody else that you respect. It could even just be one of your teachers that you like to chat with. So talk to them about their loan and investment experience. One that I'm ruling out is me, because too many kids would want to interview me for this just because I'm there in the classroom. And so you have to interview an adult. And you're going to, basically, it's totally okay to pick mom or dad. That's very typical. And I'd like you to write down their name here. I'm going to ask mom these questions. And here are the interview questions. So who is it? Let's say it's mom. What was one of the first loans? Let's say she tells you that it's about buying their house. Buying first house. And how long did it take to pay this off? Maybe they're still paying on it. Last 15 years or something like that. What was one of their first investments? Well, maybe they invested in stocks. Maybe they bought Apple. And maybe they're still holding on to it. What's the one thing they wish they would have done differently? Maybe they say, boy, Apple's gone up so much, I wish I would have bought more. And your answers need to be longer than mine. I'm just trying to get through this video quickly. What advice do they have for you as you begin your loan and investment future? And again, I don't want to bias this with what I think the best advice is. I want you to hear from this adult what they think good advice would be. All right, so a lot of this is something you could research like right now. So I'd like you to get to work and pick out each of these things and fill out this worksheet. I would just ask that you stay busy getting good answers for this. And then I understand this is going to take some time at home to interview somebody. So not all of the work needs to be done in the classroom today. All right, and that's the description for that first day's assignment on loans and investments.